Veteran Salute is sponsored by the DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers.
A New Jersey native was drafted in the Army Air Corps in 1943, and he is one of the few who met his wife, who was also serving at the time in the Women's Army Corps. And as KSN's Katie Tavi shares in tonight's Veteran Salute, a quick courtship led to decades of happiness.
Before Jim Kelley met his wife, he had a brief encounter that had a major effect on where his military service would take him. It started with a party thrown for Jim and his fellow soldiers just 2 days before they left for overseas.
He threw it at the kid that was sitting next to me, and he missed him and hit me. Took out my front teeth, knocked me out.
Jim says a drunken, angry master sergeant came to the party and threw a heavy pitcher of beer at the kid sitting next to him. The injury sent Jim to the hospital, while the rest of his unit went overseas.
I guess I was lucky in a way. Some of them were killed over there in the Philippines.
Jim would never go overseas. Instead, he made several stops at various bases, eventually stopping at Harding Field right outside Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It was there, Jim says, he met his wife at a USO dance. They quickly fell in love, but knew military life would force them to make quick decisions.
You're subject to transfer out of Baton Rouge, and I'm subject to transfer. God knows to where they're going to send me. I said, chances of us ever meeting again after the war is pretty slim. And so she thought that was right. We better get married. So we got married. We knew each other 6 weeks.
The couple would be separated again by different deployments, but would reunite in Kansas after the war ended, and both were discharged. After the war, Jim worked a few different jobs, but found one he stuck with when he and a couple partners started Kelley and Dawson's service. They made a name for themselves in the heating, air conditioning, HVAC industry.
We became a pretty good factor in the air conditioning business here in Wichita.
After nearly 35 years, Jim would sell the business to his foreman of 27 years. Kelley and Dawson's service still operates today under the same name. Looking back, Jim says he gave some thought to staying in the military, but other pressures in life led him to decide to move on. He says he has no regrets.
I'm glad I did it the way I did. I did it my way, as Frank says.
Here for you in Wichita, Katie Tavi, KSN News 3.
Tonight we salute Jim Kelley for his service during World War II.
On behalf of DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers, we're honored to be here with Jim Kelley, a World War II veteran and a draftsman. Jim, thank you for your service, and we're honored to recognize you as our Veteran of the Week.
Well, we veterans want to recognize your firm also, DeVaughn James.
Oh, thank you.
And we'd
so
like
much.
you to have a little token of our appreciation for your generosity and give you some dog tags to take home with you.
Oh, thank you so much. We're honored by that.
You're welcome.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers.